County Free Libraries in the Adult Literacy and Volunteer Services area. And today we are going to practice triangle pose, but we will lead up to it by stretching out first. So thank you very much for joining me for yoga today. And I am definitely going to rely on my block this day. All right, so I also have a little scarf here, or a large scarf. It's kind of thick, and I'm going to sit on it just to get started for comfort and to get my knees below my hips. So I'm sitting in what's very officially called crisscross applesauce, and I'm going to start there by just centering myself and coming into my mat instead of having my head out there with work or clouds or anything else that's going on. So I'm going to close the eyes, 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. I'm also going to when I breathe out, just to keep letting go, help letting go of the other things that are going through my head. Hands on knees. Breathing in deeply, feeling the chest rise, and exhaling out all the other thoughts and other things that you could be doing instead of sitting here right now. Okay, I snuck in an extra breath, but you'll thank me for it later. So I'm going to kind of settle in. I'm going to move the flesh away from my bones here below me, and maybe recross my legs because I was sitting there for a minute, and roll the shoulders, my favorite activity. Keep breathing, and I'm going to put the neck to one side, maybe sweep it a little bit forward and then to the other, just until I feel a stretch. No crunching or yanking or overextending. So from here, I am going to bring one leg out at an angle, and why not use the block? I will bring the block to the side of the leg and rest the arm and open up the side body on that side. So I'm feeling a nice stretch in the one extended leg and then in the side body on the other side. Making sure to stay tall in the spine so that this part is not caving in on the extended leg side, and feeling for comfort in the neck. Maybe lengthening out the arm above the ear without putting the shoulder inside the ear. Okay, so in the next inhale, I'm going to inhale up and bring in that leg, and then extend the other leg out. And as I'm settling into that stretch, I will bring the block over, reaching up and over on the other side. Finding, as my teacher says, the sweet spot for the neck without collapsing on the bent side. Breathing in, feeling a stretch in the ribs and the arm and the side waist, maybe the neck, but nothing yanky to the neck. Definitely feeling the stretch along the inside of the straightened leg. And reaching up again and coming back to center. Those stretches should mimic the stretching that we'll feel when we get up into our triangle pose. A few more shoulder rolls, maybe some wrist rolls, because we are using our wrists anytime we might bear weight on them in yoga. And so from here, I will see you in standing. Excellent. Coming to standing on the mat, we will move each foot to the side farther than hips distance apart, keeping an ease to the knees so it is not hyperextended. And from here, definitely feeling all of the grounding in the feet and lifting the arms out to the sides, maybe giving them a little turn so that they do not go shoulders into the ears. And from here, we're going to find the triangle. So pivoting the front foot so that it's pointing the opposite direction, well, not the opposite, so that the feet are perpendicular. So we have heel to arch, arch to heel here. About that. It doesn't have to be exact. Double checking again the arms. Definitely want them coming out straight from the shoulders. And from here, we're going to lean forward and then come down into triangle. We lean forward first so that we feel length in the side that's bending, because this side is going to naturally stretch, but we don't want to collapse into the bending side. And I like to use a block here. Again, double checking that the knees are not hyperextended and finding the so-called sweet spot for the neck. Arm straight out from the elbow, maybe arm tucked behind the hip. Arm straight out from the shoulder, excuse me. Maybe arm tucked behind the hip. Whatever's most comfortable. Least fatiguing. Again, checking to find the energy going down this leg and out through the pinky toe side of the foot, and on this side on the ball of the foot. Several breaths here. Again, the neck may have been comfortable and has now come into discomfort, so finding the most comfortable spot for the neck. Knees soft, and once we feel definitely grounded in those legs, we will push through the ball of the front foot and lift the torso. Now I'm going to tip over the block there. Knees come again parallel, and let's, for fun, jump the feet together. Excellent. The block is going to come to the other side. I'm going to set up in advance this time, and feet can jump back out. But you can wiggle them in or out a little bit. You don't want to be too much on the edge if you stretch them out too far. Grounding down here, arms come out. The other foot pivots. So we have heel to arch, arch to heel. Again, just a gently out stretching, definitely not pushing the edge. Grounding to the ball of the foot in the front and out the pinky toe side of the back foot. Knit the ribs, feeling strong in the abdomen, and reach forward and then bend down. Finding a comfortable spot for the block or the book or whatever you need. Even hand can come on the shin, but the abs there are what are going to keep you from collapsing into that side body. Arm out from the shoulder or again behind the hip if that's more comfortable. Several breaths here. Making sure, double checking, where is the energy in the front foot, in the ball of the foot. Energy in the back foot is out the pinky toe side of the foot. Where is the neck? Is it comfortable? How is the breathing? Knees are soft. And then to rise, again, pushing through the front foot's ball of the foot and rising with the use of the abdominals. Kick that block and we'll come back together for center and scramble our way to the floor again to close out. Actually, from the standing, let's come to what's known as downward facing dog. So hands shoulder width apart and feet hip width apart, and then lifting hips, but a bend in the knee as much as you need to have an elongated spine. And from here, we'll do several breaths. Slight bend also in the elbows to make sure that you are not overstretching the shoulders out either. And the neck is loose and long. And from here, we can just slowly lower the knees, and then we'll be in tabletop position, and we can come back to our crisscross applesauce, modified lotus. So from here, we will finish the class and or our movements for today. And we can come back to the crisscross applesauce, maybe the non-habitualistic leg on top, and then the one that you usually use in the opposite position. It's kind of hard for me to remember sometimes. And from here, we'll do a brief, let's do 5 to 8 of these sort of self hugs, arms bent at the elbow, slow movement, opening and closing. A little bit of strength for our shoulders for next time. I lost count. So maybe this is 5, so we'll do 3 more. 6, 7. Inhale to open and exhale to close. And from here, we'll take a few rolls if you like, and maybe a few of these Sufi rolls, which is pretending that your rib cage is a spatula and that it is cleaning all of the dough out of the bowl, so you have every little bit of cake that you are meant to have before it goes in the oven. And then we'll go the other way. And so just stretching the rib cage around, but keeping the hips rather stable. And not forgetting to breathe and letting go of any tension in the jaw or the neck or even the shoulders. And then this can be the last one, and come back to center. I'm going to switch up the legs again, and hands on knees. 3 nice inhales. I hope you feel better than when you started. I hope you feel more energized. Inhale. Close your eyes if you like to, or if you're now feeling a little bit more alert, because getting that head below the chest is good for feeling alert. This can be the last breath, and I'll see you next time. I hope you enjoyed triangle. It was a bit of a nemesis to me to start, but it has now become one of my favorite poses. So don't give up on it even if you don't like it. And thank you for practicing with me today, and I'll see you next time.